We've been a leader in banking for more than 100 years. You'll find us here, at home, on your phone, and everywhere you go. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Sponsored by Renaissance Bank.
Hello and welcome to Daily Journal Newsbreak for Thursday, March 30th. I'm your host, Chris Kiefer. Remember, you can catch Newsbreak each weekday at 7 a.m. Watch it at djournal.com, Facebook, YouTube, or the Daily Journal's mobile apps for Apple and Android devices. Let's start with your Weather Underground forecast. There's a chance for severe weather today. Thunderstorms in the forecast, 100% chance of rain, high of 72 and a low of 50. Looking ahead at the 3-day outlook, for Friday, clear skies with a high of 73 and a low of 49 and a 10% chance of rain. On Saturday, clear skies, high of 78, low of 55, 10% chance of rain. And for Sunday, more thunderstorms are possible, high of 77, low of 62 with a 30% chance of rain. Let's take a look at your top headlines for today. Lee County is a signature away from being able to create leisure and recreation districts where liquor can be consumed outdoors. The legislation, known as a to-go cup bill, has passed both chambers and now heads to Governor Phil Bryant's desk. He signed similar legislation into law last year. Lee County was not included in the original bills filed this session to expand the number of areas where the leisure and entertainment districts can be located. But Senator Chad McMahon, a Republican from Guntown, said he worked to get Lee County added. The legislation would allow the Lee County Board of Supervisors to designate one or more to-go cup districts outside of any municipality. McMahon said the supervisors might want to designate such an area for a festival. Phil Morgan, president of the Board of Supervisors, said he wasn't aware of the bill until McMahon informed him of it Wednesday afternoon. A bill to consolidate the Houston and Chickasaw County school districts passed Thursday, the final day of the 2017 legislative session. The proposal was a final bill passed, and it now goes to Governor Phil Bryant, who is expected to sign it into law. The Okolona Municipal School District was recently taken out of the merger proposal, but there remains the possibility of it being part of the consolidation. Senate Education Chair Gray Tollison said the hope is that happens by the time the new school board is in place by July 1st, 2023. Tollison said there is a likelihood that the Okolona district will be taken over by the state because of poor academic performance. He hopes the State Department of Education can help the district improve and be on solid footing prior to the final consolidation of Houston and Chickasaw. Under the bill, an interim board would be established to govern the newly formed Chickasaw School District by July of 2021, with a central office located in Houston. The state would be responsible for drawing the boundaries for the election of the interim school board. A new venue at the Elvis Presley Birthplace and Museum will give visitors a new place to sit and reflect on the King of Rock and Roll's legacy. Fans joined museum employees and board members on Wednesday morning for a ribbon cutting to showcase upgrades to the lake on the property. One of those upgrades is a venue called Reflections. It features 2 fountains, a waterfall, and a wooden bridge. The lake is surrounded by a sidewalk and benches. Henry Dodge, president of the Elvis Presley Memorial Foundation, said the improvements were inspired by a visit from Priscilla Presley a few years ago. Priscilla told Dodge her late husband would appreciate and be amazed by what is being created at his birthplace. If Elvis were able to visit, Dodge said, he hoped he'd see how the birthplace was designed to use his example to inspire hope in others and encourage them to dream their own dreams. Dodge said Reflections is the perfect place for meditation and metaphysical thinking. And in sports, when Ole Miss hosts rival Mississippi State in a 3-game baseball series this weekend, it will be a new experience for many players on the home side. The 19th-ranked Rebels lean heavily on several newcomers. In fact, they could start 5 or 6 each game, depending on who's pitching. Some of those include Oxford High prospects Greg Kessinger and Thomas Dillard. According to Coach Mike Bianco, it won't take long for those players to get brought up to speed on this rivalry. MSU won 3 of the 4 meetings with Ole Miss last year, but the Bulldogs understand how tough it is to play at Swayze Field. Catcher Josh Lovelady called Swayze a crazy place and said he's looking forward to playing there. The rivalry will be a new experience for first-year MSU coach Andy Cannizaro as well. Game 1 is tonight at 7 o'clock and will air on ESPNU. And that's all the stories we have for today. We also remind you to check out a couple of the other multimedia offerings brought to you by the Daily Journal. The Memo podcast is a news and entertainment podcast. You can check that out at memo.djournal.com and in iTunes, podcast apps. Today's episode features entertainment and food. It also has a discussion by education reporter Emma Kent on the one-to-one initiative being used by many school districts. You can also check out the Double Coverage podcast at doublecoverage.djournal.com. That's where Ole Miss beat reporter Parrish Alford and Mississippi State beat reporter Logan Lowry talk more about what's happening with the Bulldogs and Rebels. And before you go, we also remind you to check us out on Twitter at DJournalNow and follow the Daily Journal on Facebook. Thanks and have a great day.